بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I welcome all of you wherever you are. I welcome you again with this lecture from Fatwa Live, and this is the first part that comes on the 11th day of Ramadan. The first question, I was praying Asr individually, and then a group close by, they started, and I was in the second rak'ah. Do I continue by myself, or do I just go and join them? The answer, you have the choice. Either you continue because you already started it. Allah said, don't void or stop your actions, or make it to sunnah, make another rak'ah. You make it very quick and then you join them, so you'll get the reward of the congregations. Is the congregation, can it be it was separated with the masjid with a wall? You could hear the takbirat, and is the obligation, the nafil, the same? And we hear the speakers. Well, I mean, this is common. All the women's sections in the masajid, there is a wall in between them, and they follow the imam from hearing the takbirat. And sometimes there's a screen so they could see live, so they could know what is going on. That minor thing is not going to, and the nafil and the obligation and the sunnah is the same. Someone divorced his wife for the first time. Can he marry someone else? She's still a wife, so you still have four until she finished the period. If he didn't bring her back during the idea, then he could get married. The point here that the divorce that he come back, she's still his wife. She lives with him in the house. She don't wear the hijab, and she need to look good for him. If he has sexual sex, that's coming back. They're still a husband and wife. Does the person sin if the person had another wife and didn't tell his first one? And can he have extra so he could have charity on a needy widow or a divorcee who needs expenditure? The answer, to tell her that's from the good living, it's not from the obligation. As the second marriage is not authenticated only if he tells his first wife. No. Those you don't need their permission, you don't need to tell them. But if he did it, that's from the good manner, from the good character, from the good friendship that they should have together. I would like to add in here, the wife can put a condition that he will not marry someone else. If he did, then she had the choice either to stay with him or to divorce him, because of the harm that happened, because he missed the condition, and she keep all her rights, financial ones. But you need to know the marriage by itself. There is no harm in the first for the first one. Only if it is a condition and he voided that condition. If there is any harm, they would have not allow the multi marriage. But if he has to be fair in the expenditure between the two, if he did what he made a covenant with Allah, then she can't have patience on him. Then she had the divorce, and with a condition, the multi marriage outside Muslim countries has a sensitivity. There is some laws that in some countries that criminalize that, so we need to be careful. The decision of Amja says the multi marriage, it is an inheritance in religion. It is a human need in some conditions, especially with the number of women is more than men, and the illegitimate relationship that is widespread. And Islam made the ceiling for that and put like certain issue of fairness of expenditure. And the person, the Muslim, need to avoid any violation to any local law. But what you are mentioning, it is allowed with that or others, but with these conditions, the charity and if you're truthful, who is helping an orphan, that will be from the things that are good, but be careful. The soul, they have their own weaknesses. So, and your desire might change. So be careful of renewing your intention, whether with that intention or a different one. Question about finishing or concluding the prayer. Is the number like 33, for example, is that guided? That like a form of, like if someone has time, he wants to do more, 100 instead of 33, or he wants to reduce the number, he wants to make it 11. Is that allowed? Since it's sunnah. The answer, you bring exactly you want it to follow the sunnah. If you want to increase after that, that's a different issue. And if you want to increase any number he wants, there's no restrictions. But do with the what Allah Azza wa Jal has legislated, the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And then if you want to increase, it's not a problem. Because what Abu Hurairah said, my praise Allah 33 times after the prayer is finished. And thank Allah 33 times. And say Allahu Akbar 33 times. That's 99. To complete the 100, to say La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulk wa lahul hamd, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. His sins will be wiped, even if it is as foam of the sea. So the poor came to the Prophet ﷺ. They said, the people of money, they came with a lot of high ranks. الرود. And they pray like we do, they fast like we fast, and they make umrah, they book charity, and they find. So he alayhi salatu wasalam, don't want me to tell you with something. If you do it, you get what people will preceded you, and no one will get after you. You will be the best among them, unless somebody do the same. To praise Allah and you thank Him, and you say Allahu Akbar after every prayer 33 times. He said, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Wallahu Akbar. So if you did that, you just bring the sunnah first, then increase with anything you want. It was narrated that 10:10. And the hadith in Sa'i, Shawkani says, no, they came so many different numbers with praising Allah and glorifying Him. Then he said at the end, and everything that came with these numbers, it depends. Well, and you take with the extra extra. A woman from the good energy, she said, I knew that those who are fighting the sake of Allah, their action does not stop after they die. It will be written for them after they die. Can a woman take the same reward? And she's not among the. So, so Mama increase this good effort. Well, we were sitting with the Prophet ﷺ. A woman came to him and she said, Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah. I am from the woman to you. Allah is the Lord of men and women. And the same thing is Adam. And Allah sent you both. And the women, if they went in the sake of Allah and they died, and they are alive with their Lord, they are happy with Allah who gave them. And if they went out, they get from the reward what they knew. And we are. So what do we get from the reward? He alayhi salatu wasalam said, send the salam to the women and tell them the obedience of the husband equal to all that. And some of you is a little of you who does that. The obedience of the husband gives you all those that you talked about, and so let her look nice to him. A man who worked in a place for a long time, he remembered that the owner So this man, he used to take how he's going to be able to get that money and make the inflation, and he will uh, make charity in behalf of the government. He need to. It is okay to trick somebody to give it to him as a gift, and that is accepted and it is recommended because it softens the heart and take uh, the hardship. And the hadith of Abu Hurairah, give gift to each other, you'll love each other. And Allah knows the best. In our city, there's two masjids. One of them, they pray the Taraweeh, 21 rak'ah. The other one, 8 rak'ahs. In less than, which one is better in the last 10 nights? Is it the one that's shortened the Taraweeh, or is it the longer one? The most beneficial is wherever you find your heart. The number of rak'ahs in Taraweeh is very wide. And how you recite this is a very wide area. And you get rewarded of what's in the Book of Allah. For each letter, it's 10 hasanat. So you need to recite, and do have the khushu'. Maybe you need to try one time. Where do you find your heart within this? You, not every sound will give you a settlement. So if his intention to the masjid, the further one, that he listened to the for the voice, and he need to make a shot, not to remove the desires. The Prophet ﷺ said, the most rewarding person in the prayer is the one who lives further away from the masjid. Maybe this way you will know to make abundance of uh, to the masjid, and waiting for the prayer. That's the ribat. That's another ribat. The drop in the ear is not. Mhm. The cleansing of the ear or the بخاخ for the asthma, it will not go beyond the throat. With this, we'll come to the conclusion of the first part. Inshallah, we'll continue in a couple of hours. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك الحمد لله.